I mean, just overall work ethic. You know, I've really wanted this for a long time. It's been like 3 or 4 years, and I've been in the 2 spot. You know, and it was my opportunity to step up. So that really motivated me and everything I did this spring.
How much was that your mindset? I guess every day you waited so long for a chance to play. Now that you were finally in the first rotation, how did you approach or attack spring?
I mean, it was very important to me, and last spring I didn't get a good chance to. Give it up my all that I could, So this spring I really took it upon myself to be the best that I could, and I knew that I would have an opportunity to start. So it was very important to me, and I knew I had to be, one of the stronger, faster, more athletic guys out there. So that's what I was working for.
What's your comfort level at guard as opposed to tackle? Because I know you played both. Why does guard maybe fit you better?
I think guard just fits me better just with my size overall. I'm not as long as the Juwans and Tinies. I don't have as long as arms as them and stuff. But if I have to, I can go out to tackle. I mean, I think I proved myself athletic enough to be out there. But I'm really liking guard right now. If I have to go out there, that's fine with me. Whatever helps the team.
Mack, what about for you? What was the spring like for you?
It was good. Just continue to get better. Continue to step up as a leader. Obviously, the 5 guys left, and those spots have to be, taken over. And all of those 5 guys were our leaders last year. And me, Marcus, and Kyler, all 3 of us are stepping up. The spring was good. Just getting practice, leading those young guys, and kind of knowing what to expect coming forward.
Mack, you looked like you were pretty unhappy with your guys last week in that scrimmage last week when playing on the sideline. You got into it pretty good. Did you like how they the line responded this week and today?
Yeah, they always respond great. I mean, most of the time they know when they're not doing the best job ever. And after we went back and watched the film, it wasn't as bad as we thought it was. It was just sometimes you don't really know what's going on behind you whenever you're blocking up front. But I think that once I got onto them, they realized that maybe they weren't doing something wrong, but maybe we need to pick up the slack for the rest of the team.
Kyler, I saw you and Mack watching intently during pro day, the offensive linemen running drills, and y'all were talking to some of the scouts and stuff. Was there anything that you picked up from watching some of those drills the offensive linemen did that day?
I mean, just knowing what to expect from all the coaches at the pro day, what they're looking for, and seeing some of the drills. One drill was a lot of the O-linemen pulling around and picking up a tennis ball off the ground, showing their agility, and they're able to bend and stuff. So, I mean, that just resonates in us and lets us know, that's what everybody's looking for, your agility, able to bend, how quick you can move your feet, all stuff like that.
Maybe y'all start doing some of those drills?
Not yet. That's probably something we'll get into more in the summer with our skill development type stuff. And another thing I noticed was whenever the individual drills came, I don't know if you all were there for those, but their hand violence was just, that's the main thing that they focused on was getting your hands inside and hand violence, and that's one thing that Coach always stresses that we need to continue to get better on, and we'll use those drills along with others to work on our hand violence going into the off season.
Malik, where do you feel like you leave spring at in terms of the competition there in the secondary, and what's the next step for you as you move forward?
I feel like we got a good shot starting to get either corner or nickel. Just got to keep competing and just doing my job. And we'll see what happens in the summer, just getting bigger and come fall camp and see what competition comes by.
For both your offensive linemen, that's probably the most extensive that we've gotten to see. Lane and Hurd and some of those guys. Talk about what dynamics they bring to the backfield there and kind of what you've seen out of those guys throughout spring.
They just run hard. Both of those guys do. Hurd, he's a young guy, and he's obviously wanting to impress the coaches. So he comes with a good attitude every day. He's just got to get some things worked out, which will come with time. I think Marlon Lane, he's proved to be pretty. He's a veteran now, and he's proved himself. So he's just consistent. He's the consistent running back right now, and he continues to come every day with a great mindset because he knows what Coach expects, and he knows what it takes to be great.
I agree with Mack on all those, and a lot of the running backs are very competitive. It's almost as competitive as the quarterback situation with all the running backs, and that makes every single one of them better. Jalen pushing Marlon pushing Alden pushing Justice Pickett. I mean, they're all pushing each other to where every single one of them is getting better. So, I mean, that's all we need. I mean, you can't get better unless you're a little pushed. So it's really nice to see all of them pick up their game and be able to contribute.
Well, you talk about some of the big plays today, obviously, from the offensive side. I know that y'all don't ever want them to score, but they put some points on the board today, moving plays down the field, big plays. How disappointing was that?
It was very disappointing because as a defense, we never want to give up big plays, but we're going to watch the film and just correct the mistakes that we made, and we'll get it corrected.
Coach Jones said something about the tackling being not as good today. Like y'all were in positions, but just didn't tackle as well. Is that? I know the other guys make plays on the other side of the ball too, but how disappointing was it to kind of end spring that way?
Yeah, it's so disappointing because we want to get the ball on the ground whenever we can. We want to make plays, but we're just working the summer on tackling drills more, and in the fall, and just keep working at it.
For both of you offensive linemen, again, you're the better of most guys up there. You've been to a bunch of orange and white games. Did you ever think you would see the program at this point, considering a couple of years ago, I think it was 25 or 30,000. Did you think you'd play a spring game in front of almost 70,000 people?
I honestly didn't. I always thought of a spring game as just something, the fans could come watch if they wanted to, and it wasn't going to be like a big deal. But Coach Jones has made it a big deal, and I think the main reason for that is so we can get in front of 70,000 people before the season starts and before the off season, just to know what to expect. It's great for these young guys also because like Coleman Thomas, Dontavius Blair, I mean that's the first time they've really played in front of such a big crowd, and so I think Coach Jones has done a great job with just getting that many people there. It's awesome too. I mean I love playing in that atmosphere.
Yeah.